Ugh. First video in here. I kind of like it. I don't know how the audio is going to be, so got the Canon over there. I've got the red over here. This little backdrop, which probably should get ironed at some point. The Leica, just some random light I got on Amazon, but it is Bluetooth enabled, which is kind of cool. Like I can go on my phone. Anyway, that doesn't matter. What matters is what's in this box. I figured for the first video in this like studio space, it had to be like a cool one. So if we go in here, we need to be very careful because it's kind of expensive. Open this up. That's right, I rented something. So I went on lensprotogo.com. They did a pretty good job at making this a quick and simple process. And I got a lens. Oh yes. I got another lens. Oh yes. You know what, let me bring this up just a tad. Oh yes. That's what we call a Hasselblad, which is a pretty insane camera. For the Hasselblad, I got a 21mm lens and a, I guess this is the 90mm lens. Wow. We've got the Hasselblad X1D-II, handmade in Sweden. Wow. It is way smaller than I thought. This is sort of Hasselblad's first mirrorless camera, I believe. It's a medium format camera, which means the sensor is huge. The crop on it is like a 1.7. This lens, which is a 21mm, right? This 21 is actually a 17mm lens in full frame. So it's huge. And by the way, the monitor on the back is huge too. This is nice. It's basically the photography equivalent of what I shoot on here, which is Red Gemini. You know, this thing is huge. It's got a large format sensor. I guess that's not a full large format sensor. That would be like a Monstro. But it is sort of the cropped, the baby of the Hasselblads. So in that sense, it is like the Gemini. Oh, that's kind of cool. Wow. You can just press down in the selector. All right, let's turn it on, right? How do I do that? Oh, there's a light. Cool, cool. Let's put a lens on it. I feel like I'm like, I shouldn't have been sweating a little bit because this is a big moment and I don't want to be sweating. Oh. All right. I just took a picture with a Hasselblad. I guess the only thing to do now is go out and shoot. So I'm out here in my parents' crazy, huge backyard, and I've got the Hasselblad with the wide-angle lens on it and the polarizer, and I'm just taking shots of the house, of the pool, just trying to use the large format sensor, medium format sensor as much as possible. I know, you know, it's just a prime, so I'm not doing any zooming, but this thing is a 21mm lens, and it's just the widest thing in the world. I'm out, I'm shooting, and let's see what kind of snappies we can get, right? Okay, good morning. It's exactly 6 in the morning. I'm out here, I've already taken a bunch of shots. It's a pretty cloudy day, so I didn't really get a sunrise that I wanted, but it's still gonna be a gorgeous day. I was just walking up the road and you could hear the waves crashing, so brought the wide and the telephoto this morning. I'm probably gonna shoot for half an hour before I get back to, you know, real world. So, let's go. Alrighty. I think those shots were pretty good. I don't know about you, but I think they were pretty decent. What they did make me realize though, this isn't really the impromptu, I'm gonna go outside and just shoot. This really is for much more thought out and planned out shoots. It feels like you're shooting on film. Every single shot is 100 megabytes. That means 10 shots. That's a gig. I will admit I am a little bit of a burst shooter, and you can't do that with this. Let me turn this on really quick. That's not very quick. You really need to take a step back, think about your framing, think about everything, and think about what can go wrong when you click the shutter. It seems to be a very like old-fashioned style of shooting, very much like shooting on the Leica actually. But even the Leica seems quicker than that. I will say though that the quality that you get out of it, I mean, you've seen in the past photos, it's incredible. Just everything is so sharp, especially when you step up to f8 and higher. We just get these incredibly sharp shots where everything is in focus and everything is gorgeous. Which leads to what I tried last night. I've had this camera for 3 days and I was like, let's do this proper, let's think it very, very through, direct a shot. And what I came up with was this. This whole thing is so sharp. I mean, you zoom in all the way, the discount liquor, it's not lost. Like the resolution's not lost because of the filter. It's still super sharp, but you just get that glow and everything is just perfect. So this was shot with the tripod, f3.2, 90 millimeters, ISO 800, so pretty low still, and 1/60th of a second. So this shot was exactly what I wanted it to be. But that got me thinking, this camera really is for planned out shots, planned out shoots. You know, lots of magazine photographers, lots of studio stuff is shot on Hasselblads. That's just the environment that there is. So that got me thinking, I've got a studio here. Why don't we have a studio shoot with the dog? So after all of that shooting and after all the fun with this gorgeous, gorgeous camera, what's the verdict? Well, it's more complicated than I thought. It handles extremely well. The feel of this thing is utterly incredible. It feels completely solid. The lens is quality. The camera body is quality. Just opening everything is quality. Each button has its own tactile press. Opening up the wheel to change modes is the most satisfying thing in the world. I don't know why no other camera manufacturer has done that before. So it screams quality, and the images scream incredible quality. With a medium format sensor, your photos are just going to be huge. Each file is 110 megabytes, which means you have an immense amount of depth and ability to work with it in post. But that leads to some issues, because sometimes getting the shot with this thing is not that easy. Without an autofocus system that's very reliable or even usable, and a startup time that's incredibly long, and no ability to do very much continuous shooting, this really is for super planned out shoots, super professional shoots. And if I'm a professional, I'm gonna take the H6D. Overall, this camera really is for the purest photographer, the photographer that's interested in getting the best quality out of their camera, the photographer that's willing to put in the work, think about the composition, and think about the focus, and prepare for every single shot. With that, you get a medium format sensor with an incredibly high megapixel count, phenomenal dynamic range, I believe it's 14 stops, and beautiful colors. The cost of that is going to be time. Do you have extra time to put down the tripod? Do you have extra time to plan out your focus and to get it right every single time? For me, it's not my next purchase, but it's certainly on my wish list. Having something with this much quality in such a small form is absolutely incredible, and shooting with it this weekend was amazing. I cannot wait to look at the next format of Hasselblad's mirrorless cameras and shoot on a medium format camera again. It's just incredible. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, or don't. It's up to you. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna enjoy the last few minutes with this beauty. Bye.